Today I want to talk about few things. I want to talk about the reasons and the ways that we are stopping ourselves, and I want to talk about different ways to unleash ourselves. So what usually happens, I mean, each and every one of you has abilities, and yet usually people suffer, and usually we're spending lots of time and lots of energy focused on what we cannot do, focused on all of the things that we don't do good enough. And it's like we've been carrying on with us different kind of beliefs since we were very young, telling ourselves we're not good enough, or maybe we're being too much, or telling ourselves that we can't do things. And then what usually happens is that we go in circles. Okay, so we think that we can't do things, and then we go in depression, different kind of depth of depression. And then after a while we forget about it and something happens, maybe the spring starts, and it's like waking up. And the first thing that evokes this old feeling, this old sensation, is actually starting this cycle all over again. And we're moving in cycles. It takes a lot of energy, and most of all it takes the fun out of life. The thing is that we have a marvelous ability to learn. And since we are very young, we have the ability to understand and contain our surrounding in order to learn and be good with what we do. But it also works the other way around. So we contain the good things, and we contain the way life is, you know, the way to walk around society, the way to talk to people. We learn how to walk, how to talk, how to navigate other people, which is very useful. But we also learn the bad things. It's like we take everything in. It's like when we are very young, we have no way to decide what we're going to take in and what we're going to leave out. But after a while, being grown up, we can actually stop for a minute, look back, and decide what's a keeper and what's a giver. Because some of the ideas and the beliefs that we have are working for us, and some of the ideas and the beliefs that we hold on to are working against us. So it's a matter of stopping and start to choose what do I want with me and what I'd rather leave behind. And then the next question would be, how do I let go from these beliefs? Because we tend to truly believe in that, even if it works against us. And then actually we have different ways to walk, different ways to develop ourselves. One way would be to learn the patterns, or this cycle that we were talking about, through the physics aspects of it. Okay, we can learn this pattern through the way that I hold my body. For instance, if I have a cycle in which I feel that I'm not worthy, or that everything that I do is not good enough, or that I don't do enough. Maybe I was brought up hearing that I'm lazy, that I'm not taking my abilities to the top, that I never work hard enough. Okay? And it sank in my system. When I believe in this kind of sentence, when I get inside this person, when I become this person, I will hold my body in a certain position. So we can learn the physical aspects. And that would be one door to this whole thing, which is me. Another door would be to go to a shrink, to a psychologist, and start to investigate and go down to the roots of it and understand and talk about and understand. That's a very long path. What we're going to talk about today is a third door to get inside this whole thing that I call a human being, which is walking through the subconscious. The thing is that what we know, what we think, is actually holds on to 20% of who we are and how we control our life. And 80% is being navigated by the subconscious. The different beliefs that we brought up with us since we were kids are actually controlling our life through the subconscious. So even if we did do a very long process by walking through the body, changing different patterns, controlling patterns, learning how to stop situations, yet if a belief is stuck in the subconscious, it's still going to affect our life. One way to get inside the subconscious is to work with Theta healing. Okay, Theta healing is all about working with Theta brain waves. We have we have 5 different brain waves in our brain. Okay, Theta wave is the wave that we go into while dreaming. That's the wave that our body normally go into when we have this kind of light sleep, when we're dreaming, when we're just falling asleep. Okay? There is a way of a meditation that connects us brain to Theta wave without falling asleep. And it works like magic because everything that we do while being in Theta wave, our subconscious believes as if this is the reality, this is what happens. And that allows us a door inside this 80% of our subconscious. We're gonna do it all together. Are you up to it?
Yeah.
Do you want to try it? It's nice. It's like playing. Okay. This is actually a meditation that a woman named Vayana Steiber realized that works for us in order to connect to Theta waves inside our brain. I don't know how it works, but I know that it works. And one of the ways that I've adapted for myself is that whatever works for me, I want to use it. Even if I can't explain it, even if I don't know how it works. If it works, that's good for me. It's like while using electricity equipment, when I'm using my computer, I have no idea how it works, but I just want to know the way to use it. So actually it's the same thing. If this kind of meditation allows me to connect to the subconscious, and if this kind of meditation allows me to start and withdraw beliefs that are stuck in my system, and if this process helps me to improve my life, I'm on it. I want it. Now the best thing would be to combine this technique with other techniques. So let's think about things you would like to change in your life. But let's take a subject like wanting to calm yourself down, to be more relaxed, to be... What might be the price of it? Actually, what we want to do is that we want to control the qualities and to be able to be very flexible in order to know how to combine being active with being calm and relaxed, and you want to know how to slow down and you want to know how to move faster. But usually, let's say I want to be able to rest sometimes. Let's say I'm a fiery person, okay? But I burn myself up. And I like being active and I like having this kind of vivid fire. But I want to know how to control it and I want to know how to rest sometimes.
Yeah.
Otherwise you just burn yourself up. You'll have to teach yourself that you know what is the right quantity for you to rest. Otherwise, your subconscious wouldn't allow you to stop. It's as if holding up to a fear, saying, when I stop, I'm going to fall down into depression and then I won't have the powers to start myself again. While being awake, and connected to theta waves, it doesn't feel like a dream because you control what you're doing. It just feels weird. But you can still navigate where you go to and what you are dealing with. When we are talking about being very angry, what we should do is that we should explore the reasons. Where did it start from? Why? What is it that you're angry about? And what does it hold for you? And then we can do certain stuff with it. After realizing how the way it serves you, we can kind of connect the anger or the beliefs that makes you angry, whether it's that you don't achieve what you want, whether it's that everyone else is moving too slow, whether it's that you don't, that the things are not enough. There should be something there that provoke the anger. Okay? After you realize what it holds for you, the way it serves you, and you teach your system that you know how to be active, how to achieve what you want, how to motivate yourself in order to achieve more, whatever it is, then you can kind of separate the two, unconnect the two things and clean the reason for the anger. Now, I'm not saying that anger is a bad thing. Anger is a great thing.
Yeah, I also think it's a great
energy.
thing.
It's a beautiful energy when it comes in the right place.
Yeah.
If it takes over you in different places. People hold on to very cruel beliefs regarding themselves. Bless you. So if, let's say I was holding up to a belief saying that nothing I do is ever good enough, it would be very difficult for me to even find the motivation to start, to get up off the sofa, to get out of my house, especially when it's cold outside, and to start move my life because I have no belief that I can. So I give up before I even started. These are kind of beliefs that it is really very important to get rid of. Otherwise, it's like strings. It wouldn't allow us to move. And even if I did, let's say for 2 weeks, I fell in love and I'm energyful and I'm moving my life ahead and everything is happening, it's going to take a while until this old historical belief rise up again, convincing me that it's useless. And the vicious cycle goes in a way that we're actually proving ourselves right. So time after time after time, I prove myself that I knew it to begin with. I'm useless, nothing ever comes out good enough. And then you fall back into this low part of the cycle. So actually what we want to do is breaking cycles, breaking patterns, being able to let go of the past. Because just thinking about it, it's unbelievable. We've been held up or held back by things that actually took place 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago. And we're just maintaining our history. Sometimes our parents are already dead and we still keep telling ourselves what they used to tell us. Let's say I wanted to dig under this house and make a cellar. Okay? I'll have to make some stables before I'll be able to dig. Otherwise the whole building will fall apart. So if a belief serves you, motivate you, if your subconscious think that a belief protects you, it will hold on to this belief. If I'm having a belief saying people always disappoint me, I'm going to make sure to prove myself that I'm right. Okay, I'm going to go through life proving myself time after time after time that I shouldn't trust people because they always disappoint me. this kind of belief actually protects me from being hurt or from being disappointed.
Okay.
In a way, I protect myself by telling me in advance that I know that I will be disappointed. I have to teach myself that I know how to protect myself, that I know who to trust, that I know when to trust, that I know when not to trust. I have to teach myself that I know how to deal with disappointments. Maybe when I was young, disappointments was so taking over me that it was actually a mental threat. Okay, then I have to teach myself that I know how to deal. And then after I teach myself that I know who to trust, how to trust, when to trust, how it feels like to trust. If I didn't trust anyone since I was a little girl, I don't know the feeling of it. I wouldn't know how it feels like trusting someone else. It was never in my life, for good reasons. It's like learning the whole thing. While being in theta waves, we can actually convince our subconscious that we have the ability to teach ourselves. And then we can, by words are very strong and are very meaningful. We can teach ourselves almost everything. And it's just a matter of convincing the subconscious that you have all of the tools that you need. Listen, we all have all of the tools that we need. We have all of the qualities that we need. It's just a matter of convincing ourselves that we have the qualities that we have. It's like when you woke up in a very good day and you're feeling happy and pretty and talented, everything you do, you're going to do better compared to a different day that you woke up feeling ugly and weak and not worthy, and then everything you do, you're going to do less. You're going to be less good just because of the way you feel. So it's just a matter of finding out what it holds up for you, how to replace it in the best way for your own good, and then what you need to withdraw. So it's like starting to clean up. Okay, like cleaning up the house. We want to clean up our system, our subconscious, the beliefs that we are keeping in ourselves. Now what happens afterwards, and it works like magic, because when you are without those old beliefs, it feels very natural. It feels like, of course, that's the way it's supposed to be like. It feels very comfortable. It's like being in the place that I wanted to be. What also happens is that all of the energy that was hold on there suddenly is released, and we can do whatever we would like to do with it. So we can promote our projects, we can promote our life, we can find love, we can be alive.